What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Yesterday I watched the first half of the Schmoedown Throwdown that aired a couple of weeks ago, and I wasn't able to watch because of a lot of personal things that happened to me in my life. Today I'm going to watch the second half, John Rocha versus Ethan Erwin. Unfortunately for me, I've already been spoiled on SCN Live. I know Rocha doesn't win, unfortunately, as much as they want Rocha to win, and I really wanted Rocha to have this victory over Ethan. But, unfortunately, it just didn't go his way. But yes, as I always say, it's not about who wins and who loses. It's about the journey getting there. It's about the actual answers that were given to the questions that were asked. I think I actually said that backwards, but never mind. Anyways, as you can see, I am planning to participate in this despite my lackluster performance in the first half of the throwdown. And as you can also see, I swapped out my blue marker for the red marker because the blue one is for teams, the red one is for singles. I don't have a green one for any geekdom. I guess I should probably work on that, but regardless, I am planning to play this, and since this is a 5-round match, I guess I can make it to at least double digits. Last time I didn't fare so well. If I'll make it to double digits this time, at least 10 questions right, I'm going to be a happy camper. So let's watch the Ethan Erwin versus John Rocha match, and let's just have fun with it, alright? Let's just have fun. Schmoedown!
So, Andrew, I'll give you Bateman one-on-one on an undercard of a very, very big match that I have just signed.
The Schmoeminati!
One of the biggest cards in
Can't wait for that.
Schmoedown history. Andrew Guy versus Ben the Boss Bateman.
It would be incredible to get Andrew Guy's best game against Ben Bateman's best game in an Action Army sequel.
Chris Jericho.
I don't think it's going to be Andrew Guy's best game.
Kevin Smith.
Chris Jericho wants to play. The Ayatollah of rock and roller.
I'm not messing around. Look out, movie trivia Schmoedown.
But I can compete. Like, I love that shit.
I'm ready to schmo down. Throw down with the Schmoedown.
Who will win? Join us. Subscribe now. YouTube.com/The Schmoedown.
The most wonderful time of the year.
Well! So much hype. And the match hasn't even started yet.
Well, we can't hear Christian, but as soon as he turns his microphone on, we will. In the meantime, this is the golden throw to Mark Ellis. Molly is taking a toy pee break, but we are here, we are ready, and Christian, the headlining match is upon us.
It is a massive, massive main event, and not only is it a massive main event, it's a massive months of movie trivia Schmoedown. So much exciting stuff coming your way. What a time it is to be a patron. For those people, there are a lot of people right now who are watching this live who upped to the $10 tier. Why is that the most bang for your buck that you get? Because you just saw that promo there for Kevin Smets, who's coming back against Chandru. And now you have the Pride versus Final Exam. That all happens next week, August 7th. You're a $10 patron, you get that. And then the following week, you're going to have Dan Murrell defending the championship against whoever wins here tonight in the main event. You have all of these other great matches that are happening. There's going to be a team's title match between the Founding Fathers and Corruption, and all at the $10 tier. Or you can just go to schmoedownlive.com and purchase them singly. You can go and do that for sure. And the singles tournament, that's coming up. That all starts on Monday. The play-in matches all begin on Monday. And then we're going to have 4 matches per week plus a pay-per-view on Friday. And then on August 27th, it's a massive, massive event on the undercard. If you can call it an undercard, let's call it a co-main event. Andrew Guy versus Ben Bateman to the Action Army, the Action Civil War. It comes to a head in a number 1 contender match on August 27th in the undercard of the biggest main event we have ever had in the Schmoedown. Chris Jericho, Le Champion, the AEW, former AEW champion, going up against Kevin Smith, the silent one himself. Kevin Smith. That's right. It's a dream to just say it. And it all goes down on youtube.com/the Schmoedown. Check it out. What a massive event it is, Mark.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Chris Jericho and I share a love of hard rock and heavy metal music, and Kevin Smith and I share the same face. And so that tournament Christian's talking about starts August 10th is when we're going to start that carnage on that Monday. But Christian, when you look at the landscape of everything going on in the Schmoedown right now, you know how we used to talk about doing movie reviews on Schmoes, know how August is kind of that lame month where some movies kind of go to die. Look, we'd love to go see any movie in any theater in August. Probably not going to get that opportunity, but August, it's going to get hot. It's going to get scintillating, and it's going to get scalding because of the movie trivia Schmoedown. You never have to leave your house, kids. You can enjoy it from right here and across all platforms right now. I've just been told over 1,000 fans are watching this live. The only negative to that, Christian, not one person has entered the Win a Date with Me contest as of now.
Well, they won't win that, but
This
you know
is
what's
my,
up to win tonight is points for the factions. Now, if you look at the current standings as they are today, Mark, and especially after that win by Swag, the current standings are the following. We are going to have the Finstock Exchange, who's still in first place, Corruption, 27 points, Swag with those 2 big points, 24. The match here tonight is a number 1 contender match. It's 3 rounds. As the regular match is worth 2 points. Unless, of course, you get a knockout, then it's worth 3. If John Rocha wins here today, they would find themselves now with 31 points. And the usual suspects, they need this. They need it to just tie and get into 7th and 8th. They need it. But they need it for a lot of different reasons. And to be able to knock John Rocha out of here, because if Ethan wins, he gets that big rematch against Dan Murrell. Remember, Ethan was on a tear. Dan Murrell took Ethan out in New York, and Ethan hasn't really been the same in the singles division since. John Rocha, on the other hand, has been more motivated, more locked in than we've ever seen him. He's the team's champion now. He took out Paul Oyama in a TKO in the beginning of the season. John Rocha is locked in, but there's a thing about Ethan that I don't know, but the way it looks, I think there's something that in the past has intimidated John. There's something about Ethan that intimidates John, but can he get over it tonight? Can he figure it out? Can he lock in? He's done it before. We've seen how many times there's something that's gotten in the way of the Outlaw, and what does the Outlaw do? He knocks it out of the way and he accomplishes it. But there was someone in the past that never happened, and that's the Patriots. Is Ethan the same as the Patriots? We're going to find out tonight.
Yeah, Christian, as we've seen, as the world of athletics slowly opens its doors to their competitors, you see they're finding their footing pretty quickly. Why? Because they've been in that white-hot spotlight countless times, as has Ethan Erwin, as has John Rocha in this format. So they've done it in the studio. They've done it on a live stage in front of thousands of screaming fans. I doubt that this new virtual situation is going to throw them off too much. The real question is, what is the 5-pointer that it's all going to come down to? I don't see another scenario playing out here. I think we're going down to the wire, partner.
Well, it is a long history between these two, so buckle up as you find out how Big Time and the Outlaw all came to be. Are you ready for an epic promo? Well, check this one.
I am. This is the Outlaw versus Big Time. It's the Guy Fawkes mask, and it's an
People want to see this be legitimate. That means I got to defend it.
My best.
And if I got to defend against you,
idea.
I'm winning this damn belt again. I love this game. I love it to pieces. I'll probably play it till I'm dead. But looking on to next year, here's the deal. Here's the deal. What do you know about me? I do not stay down for too long, do I?
Born wild in a world that wants to tame me. You can't catch me on the run, cause I'm gone, yeah. I blaze trails, set fire to what's behind me. No, I'm never looking back, I'm on the run. I could only ever be what I make.
Don't ever doubt the Outlaw. I'm coming back in 2019 even stronger than ever.
Watch me now. Roll like thunder, gonna shake the ground. Can't stop me now. I don't give up and I won't back down. I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got lightning running all through my veins. Watch me now. Watch me now.
We got ourselves a match, boys and girls.
Ethan Erwin, 2018, that was his year. He is described as one of those punchers. You got to be careful. Boom, out of nowhere, he'll knock you out. He's that good. He's a former champion for a reason.
I mean, we all remember the last time these two butted heads. I believe it ended in a TKO.
Really good players, they go away.
Wear a mask!
Legends never die.
Wear a
John
mask!
Rocha, you know him, you love him. He's a legend.
Me, John Rocha, is going down, and you can see me beat him for a third time. First time in a TKO. The next time it was you and I versus Bibiani. This time I bring my little friend. Check it out.
I questioned myself. I wondered if I still had the guts, the fire, the heart. I didn't know if my time was done.
No, it was a good match. Ethan's a fantastic competitor. Apology to Sam Levine for not knowing that he was Hirschberg.
I'm not still mad about that. It's ridiculous that a belt was awarded that day.
And the Outlaw Nation was telling me, get up, get off your knees. Don't you quit now! And then we kicked the crap out of corruption for those belts. Then we beat Shazam and retained those belts. And then I beat Paul Oyama.
They say you know a legend when you see one. Watch me now. I roll like thunder, gonna shake the ground. Can't stop me now. I don't give up and I won't back down. I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got lightning running all through my veins.
John Rocha and Big Time Ethan Erwin, it goes down.
Look, you're a legend. You're a champ. But you're also old school. This is the new school, baby. Me and my pal, we're taking you down. Have a good time, Outlaw.
All I can tell you is that I'll be ready to fight. And I've never been ready to fight against Ethan 100%, and I know I'll be ready on that day. So win or lose, I'll have nothing to hang my head about. I'll be ready to fight him when the time comes.
So you're gonna get the best match I've ever given anybody in the history of the Schmoedown. It's gonna be a whole nation of outlaws that you're gonna be facing.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Watch me now. Roll like thunder, gonna shake the ground. Can't stop me now. I don't give up and I won't back down. I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got lightning running all through my veins. Watch me now. Watch me now.
I don't even want to watch the match anymore. I want to watch this again.
I mean, come on. That is like, I feel like I'm in Vegas at the MGM about 3 years ago because I want to be responsible. It is that kind of atmosphere. Holy crap. Both of these guys are just mega trivia players, and to have all the history, a legend like John Rocha, a power player like Ethan Erwin, the factions battling right here, to find out also in the drama of Sabrina Ramirez right now watching, Jen Kemp watching, to find out their fate. Is Sabrina going to be in the tournament? If Rocha wins tonight, she will be. This is nuts. There's so much on the line right now, and obviously the biggest thing, whoever wins goes to play Dan Murrell in 2 or 3 weeks from now for the championship. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Christian, it seems like every time we get one of those promos, we always tip our cap to Nerd Chronic Eric.
Oh.
That might have been his opus, and he had a lot of raw clay to work with. There's so much history between these two gentlemen, and I'm going to go further back than even just in the movie Trivia Schmoedown and all 7 seasons of that. Ethan works in the movie industry. He knows the ins and outs of the business. John Rocha has done every odd job and starred in a number of projects that pertain to movies, and so they live this stuff. They eat, sleep, breathe it, and they have since they were little kids, as long ago as that may be. Christian, it almost seems like their entire lives have all led to this moment right here on a show hosted by 2 guys in their garages.
Well, they both are very excited to have this match. They've both been pumped up about it. They've been on backstage, they've been on promo shows, they've been tweeting about it. They're all ready. And the 2 people who are really ready right now are the managers on separate sides right now in the standings. You have the manager of the first place team here of the Finstock Exchange, Bobby Gucci, and the former singles champion of the world and former teams champion, a legend in his own right, and the manager of the Usual Suspects. He is Sam Levine, the inglorious one. Sam, I got to start with you. You made a big move here to get Ethan Erwin on your squad. You didn't get him. He had said many times he thought you were going to draft him right away. You didn't draft him, but you wound up getting him anyway. How much of the plan rides on tonight?
This is it. If, when Ethan wins this match, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from a belt. And the Usual Suspects, this is a faction that deserves belts, and Ethan is a player who deserves belts. So this is definitely a big piece of the puzzle. I don't want to put too much on Ethan. It's not the only piece, but it's a big piece, and I feel extremely confident about this match. This is going to be devastating, and my apologies in advance. You're supposed to be nice to your elders, and it's going to get on.
Tom, you know sports as well as I do. The lineage of sports is littered with great players who just couldn't really cut it as coaches, and yet sometimes it's the last player on the roster who never saw action that becomes the great coach. Sam was a great player. You, as a player, are the equivalent of blowing your knee out day 1 of training camp. So why have you been such a better manager than Sam Levine?
I just instill confidence in my players. He teaches them how to spell every once in a while. That's about it. I instill confidence, hence why we're in the the lead here. Like I said, Ethan could show his little doll here and there, but is he going to be on Mount Rushmore? I don't think so. He's a great player. Sam's a great player. John's a legend. Big difference.
What the big difference here, though, Bobby, is that this match right now, if you win, it will be the second time that the Finstock Exchange will be playing for the singles championship, and it sets up the epic rematch between Rocha and Murrell. However, if you lose, it sends John into the singles tournament, and it also allows Corruption a chance to solely take first place. Does that stuff weigh in your mind? Do you just focus at the task at hand? Is it a little bit of column A, column B?
I mean, does it surprise you we're going to play twice for the championship? The same faction? It shouldn't surprise anybody. We have the best players in the league. That's just the bottom line. Yeah, Corruption's creeping up in the standings. So Swag. Doesn't really make a difference. The horses are out of the stable. They're at the starting gate. We're ready to rock. Let's put it that way.
All right, so last question here for Sam Levine as we go to bring in our competitors. So Ethan Erwin here, should he win, he is going to play against Dan Murrell. Now, you've both played against Dan Murrell. You both have defeated by Dan Murrell. Is that another thing? Is it incentive to get to the championship of a Dan Murrell, almost like putting the Drago on the mirror, or is it just like same kind of question? let's focus on the task at hand. Let's take out John. You have beaten John in the past, so maybe you know, a little bit of an incentive there.
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, the strategy I tell everyone is, you know, you take it one match at a time. Don't think about your match after this. You think about the match you're in. You know, don't lose focus. But yeah, the fact that Ethan and Dan have gone, you know, played twice now, and it's gone, you know, one way for each of them. You know, everyone wants to see that rubber match. So sure, as a fan, you know, I want to watch that match. But today, it's absolutely about taking down Mr. John Rocha, and I feel very confident in Ethan's ability to do that since kind of already done it before. So,
all right, well, good. Oops. Sorry, Sam. All right, so, well, good luck to both Sam Levine and to Gucci. Going to remove you here for a moment there, gentlemen. All right, Mark. So, managers have spoken. Are you ready?
Yeah, you know, I was, and now I'm just wondering what the connection between Tom and the Paul Hogan movie Flipper is, but I guess I'll get that answer in the post-match interview. It's time for the headlining match. Harloff, if you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first. Representing the usual suspects with a record of 9 wins, 4 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He is the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Ethan Big Time Erwin. Ethan,
what up?
Big Time Erwin.
I like his hair.
The doll. Have you named the doll at this point?
I haven't yet. Well, let's see what happens after this match.
You really should. Ethan, listen, man, this has been something I know. I've known you for a very long time here, and I know how competitive you are. I know how knowledgeable you are, and you had this run in 2018 where you just looked absolutely unstoppable. And then last year, I wouldn't say the tracks came off, but it wasn't the same type of performance. Oops. This year, you have that match against Jeff Snyder, you win it, and then you wind up getting traded to Sam Levine. How crucial has Sam Levine been in this approach to playing John Rocha?
He's been great. I mean, just someone of his caliber with his knowledge of not just movies, but of the game and strategy. You know, when I first came into this, I was really just kind of brute force, pure knowledge, and you know, he's helped me, I think, come at it from a different perspective. So I still have the knowledge, but now I have some of the strategy as well.
Yeah, Ethan, my birthday was 24 days ago, and you said Iron Man would come visit. He didn't. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. What I want to ask...
Did you go to that spot in Malibu?
No, I was in the... I was
in quarantine!
I was in Hermosa.
Oh. I'll get back to you on this.
Okay, well then I'll ask you this question. A lot of people have speculated, and Christian alluded to as much in his pregame words. Some people think you were able to get into John Rocha's head a little bit, to intimidate him and just weasel your way in between those ears and creep around and crawl and make him make an unusual mistake for a player of his caliber. Are you in his head right now?
I've been trying to be. I think so. I mean, look, he knows you don't really have to use psychology when you have history. And you can see what's happened when we've gotten together before. But I'll say, look, he has been studying. I know he's been studying with Barbarian, who's a friggin' genius. So who knows? But look, I'm excited to be able to face him again. He's a good guy. He's a legend. We're going to have a lot of fun.
All right, Ethan. Well, good luck to you. Going to put you in the waiting room while we bring in the Outlaw here. All right, big time, Ethan Erwin. This is going to be very, very exciting. And his opponent.
Nice.
Representing the Finstock Exchange with a record of 15 wins, 9 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He is the former two-time singles champion and the reigning Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion of the World. He is the Outlaw John Rocha.
Nice.
The Outlaw John Rocha, the championship in his hand in one of the biggest matches of his career. John, we see you there ready for Ethan Erwin.
Okay.
This is massive. It's a big, big match for you. And how have you been feeling? How you've been preparing for this match?
I don't know if you know this, Christian, but there's a coronavirus going on. So I'm preparing by wearing my mask and getting ready to survive against Ethan Erwin. That's what I'm doing against the usual suspects and doing it for my team. That's what I'm doing. I'm hyped for this match. I'm ready. Let's do this thing. We've been waiting all day. It's the main event.
Glasses.
I know you've been promoting those rookies, Kevin Smith and Chris Jericho, but this is the headline event right
He
here.
called them
The Outlaw
rookies.
and Ethan Erwin, big time, going at it, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, toe-to-toe, glasses to glasses. That's how we're doing it tonight. So get ready, everybody. Get hyped up, Outlaw Nation. Wake up, usual suspects, and let's get it on.
John Rocha being very safe, making sure he doesn't get COVID-19 in his eyeballs. John, look, you've had a number of different forays in the world of entertainment and its industry. You've done voiceover. You've acted successfully. You host numerous podcasts. You've even done some stand-up, but you always come back home to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. For all the fans, and we have well over a theater's worth of people watching right now, and especially the newer fans, what is it about this sport that keeps you coming back for another bite at the apple?
Listen, from the beginning, Christian Harloff came to me and he said, hey, I'm doing this thing. I want you to be a part. I'm in. It didn't even finish the sentence. You know why? Because I love movies. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, crap movies. That's what I do. I live. It's in my blood. It's in my veins. So the chance to prove my knowledge against the best, to go toe-to-toe against the best, has always inspired me and motivated me and brought me back to the Schmoedown every single time. Christian will tell you, you can tell him, Mark Ellis, I've almost walked away how many times because I love this game so much and had stuff not go my way or the questionable decisions by a certain somebody on this panel. And I still came back and won belts, won titles, and finally defended one at the end of last year. So I am on that Rushmore for a reason, but it never ends for me proving that I deserve to be on that Rushmore. I always like to test how good I am against the best, and Ethan Erwin is one of the best.
All right, John, one more question before we start this match up here, too. Obviously, we know how much is on the line, not only for the factions. This is a new thing that, you've been in ththese high-pressure situations before, these high-pressure matches. Maybe none with the fact of the added faction stress, the Sabrina Ramirez thing, her fate now in your hands, you have that, you have this potential, but the big thing, as we all know, and I couldn't agree with you more, championships in this thing is everything. Faction points are great, but championships are everything. And if you win here today, you face your team partner who has been it was the biggest match we ever had. Is that in your head? Do you put that aside for the moment, or does it help you motivate? What has the Dan Murrell match been like? The thought process of it going into this?
I'll tell you what, I've been excited at the possibility, but this feels like deja vu again, right? Remember, just before Brooklyn, it was me and Ethan for the title, and I lost it, and he went on to face Dan. You know why? Because I was kind of nervous about it, looking ahead. All I'm thinking about is this match in front of me. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Let all them talk about trilogies and rubber matches and all that kind of crap. I got no time for it. I'm here to play a match, take on Ethan Erwin, and if I beat him, then after the match, I can tell you exactly how I feel about the possibility of facing Dan Murrell, but not until then.
All right. Well, thank you, John. We're going to remove John, bring in both of them here. And just a reminder to all patrons right now, the winner and the winning manager will be in a Q&A with us afterwards. We'll be talking to patrons, and we will send out the link to you guys so you can be on camera with the winners and the winning manager at the end. That's for the $10 patrons and up. So if you are a patron, you will be receiving that link. All right, Mark, the competitors have arrived. And another reminder to people in the chat, no answers in the chat. You will be removed from the chat. We also remind the managers to have your hands up while you're watching and make sure also that you are in the private chat and not the live chat of both Gucci and to Sam Levine. All right, Mark, the round number 1 rules.
That's right. As John Rocha looks like he's doing a broadcast from his basement, and Ethan looks like his disapproving father. In round number 1.
It's true.
8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Those are asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, at least not in round number 1. But I'm pretty sure you fellas already knew that. As soon as we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever utensil you have handy on whatever whiteboard surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself some more time, use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3-round match. You as the competitor may initiate the challenge. It must be ratified by your managerial components. Christian, they're sat, they're ready to go. This is old hat, no pun intended, Rocha. They know how to do this. It's just a matter of who's going to do it a tiny bit better.
All right. Well, we asked the Outlaw, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Ethan, are you ready?
Always be closing.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. All right, round number 1, question number 1. Gentlemen, here it is. Action adventure, Day of the Soldado is the subtitle of the sequel to what 2015 action thriller?
Alrighty.
It's hard to even want to talk right now. Just want to watch this one right. And
ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. We start with Rocha.
Sicario?
Yes, sir. Ethan.
Sicario.
1-1. Next question, Mark.
Solid penmanship by both competitors early in the match. All right, gentlemen. Next category is 80s movies. We all remember that decade somewhat. What 1984 comedy revolves around a college fraternity called Lambda, Lambda, Lambda? 1984, a good year for a lot of stuff. Christian, where were you?
Waiting for this match.
I think you hyped it up enough.
5, 4. I'm excited. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Pens down, please. Hands up. And
Ooh. I couldn't write it right. I said Animal House.
That's incorrect. And Rocha?
I know.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, you had it. All right, Rocha. 2-1. 2-1. First
I don't know
lead
why I
there
went Rocha.
by Rocha. All right, next
Animal
question.
House, but
Here it
whatever.
is. This is question number 3. In the world of dramas, who stars as Dr. Bennett Omalu in the 2015 drama Concussion?
So, you got some great posters of Schmoedown Past behind you there, Harloff.
That's a good
one. Yeah. Shirewolf.
5, 4. Who's the boss? 3,
Missed the Shirewolves.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And we start with Rocha.
Will Smith.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Ethan?
Will Smith.
I know stuff.
Correct. All right. So 3-2. Rocha has a 1-point lead as we get to question number 4.
They told the truth on that one. Your next question. Famous actors and actresses. And the question for a point. Which actor played the comic book characters Bruce Wayne and Adrian Toombs? You know, that Concussion, good football movie, Christian. Guess who just ordered $200 worth of Washington Professional Football Men's Intramural Club of DC merchandise?
Me. 5, 4, 3. It's a
You're
guess.
getting
2,
question.
1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And Erwin.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yes. Rocha.
Michael Keaton, son.
Yes, it is. Here is the
So you said
next
Bruce Wayne,
question.
narrows it
The
down.
next question. Number 5. It is fantasy sci-fi.
Oh, boy.
Who directed 2015's Tomorrowland?
Ooh. I know where you were in 2015. I don't need to ask.
I was with you.
You were shoving pretzel nubs in your face.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day. 5,
So good.
I hate that
4,
movie.
3,
Can you be not
2,
dislike that
1.
movie.
Pens down, hands up. And John Rocha?
Brad Bird.
Yes. Ethan?
Yes.
Brad Bird.
What a match it is. Exactly what we thought it would be. 5-4 as we get to our next question. Mark, this is question 6.
There's a gecko on my
All
wall.
right, this is in the category of comedies. And the laughing ensues. Your question. James Franco and Seth Rogen traveled to what country to interview a dictator in the comedy The Interview? I love the squeak, Christian. It's like the squeak of a shoe on a basketball court.
100% thinking the same thing. Well done. Well done. And 5,
Great minds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up. And Ethan?
North Korea.
Yes. John?
North Korea.
Yes, it is 6-5. Rocha keeping that 1-point lead, but Erwin right on his trail. Here is the next one. Horror thriller. What iconic actor played Imhotep in 1932's The Mummy?
I do have to issue an apology to everyone in the chat room, Christian. I brought up pretzel nubs, and everyone just said they're hungry. It's going to pain them to know Christian used to dip them in delicious nacho cheese.
So good. Really good in Philadelphia. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And John?
I don't
Bela
know.
Lugosi?
Lon Chaney Jr.?
It's incorrect. Ethan?
Boris Karloff.
Yes. Ethan ties the game there. 6-6. 6-6 as we have a tie game. The
Bela
perfect
Lugosi
round
was
is
Dracula,
no longer
I
an
know.
option as we get to our next question, number 8. Final question in this round, Mark.
That's what I thought Christian's last name was for the first 5 years of our friendship. In the world of animated movies drawn by hand or on a computer, your question for a point, gentlemen. Who composed the scores for all of the Toy Story films? Good question to close us out. Just about as perfect as you can get without being perfect.
And here we go with 5, 4, 3, 2,
I don't know how to spell.
1. Pens down, please. Ethan?
Randy Newman?
Yes. John?
Randy Newman.
7-7. 7-7. And that is the end of round number 1. Exactly what we thought it would be. Going to bring in the managers here. And now we get to the rules of round number 2.
Round number 2, this is the singles format, which means round number 2 is going to feature a wheel. Sure, fate, destiny, ultimately justice. But a spin at that wheel is going to yield a category where each competitor is going to hear 4 questions in said genre. Each question worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Why is that important? Well, stealing is available and in play for each and every question in round number 2. So, Christian, we have a sponsored wheel slice courtesy of one of our patrons, and that category is the amazingly talented Viola Davis. If somebody spins that and keeps it as their category, we're going to say the name of that movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon member. Thank you to all of our supportive patrons.
All right. So we have ourselves a tie game. John Rocha is the favorite here. So we will ask John and Gucci. You have 60 seconds to decide if you want to go first or second. Going to drop out Ethan and Sam here. And here we go.
First of all, great round. Great round.
Boris
Fantastic
Karloff,
stuff.
man. Should have thought you had a repeat on that one.
Lon Chaney Jr. Was in Trader Vic's. He had great hair.
Yeah,
Per Warren Z.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, Per Warren Z.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. I knew you would like that one. Great stuff. You know what we'll do here? You know what we'll do?
Yeah.
Let's make him spin. Yeah. Let's
see what they
get. Yeah, I like it.
Is that final? You're going to make him spin first?
Yeah, Ethan
That's what
spins
we're doing.
first. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to drop out Rocha and Gooch and bring back Sam and Ethan. Sam, you got 60 seconds to talk to Ethan starting now.
Hey, buddy, that was freaking great.
Hey, thanks.
No, I loved it. The fact that he couldn't go perfect, that's going to bother him so much more than it should.
Yes.
So, so just enjoy that. Soak that up. Don't sweat the Revenge of the Nerds. You know, all 80s comedies are, interchangeable at some point. So shake that one up.
Hardcore fact.
All right.
So, all right, do your thing, man.
Good. No, I'm excited. I mean, I wanted to spin. I always spin first, so I'm excited to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
All right.
no, they gave us a gift.
Here is the wheel. The wheel is up, and here is the spin. by Ethan. First
Round
thing.
it
I
goes.
really see that wheel.
It's impressive.
Viola Davis, Harrison Ford. I saw in there.
Yep. It
Oh, look at him!
Spinner's choice. It is Spinner's choice.
Oh,
All right.
heck.
So Ethan, you're gonna get your choice here. 60 seconds to decide, starting now.
Well, Sam, obviously I should go with one of the ones I put on there. I feel
It would be the
is
smartest move.
a smart move. I guess I'll do it. I'll do Catherine Bigelow.
Catherine Bigelow. All right, Catherine Bigelow.
What you say?
Catherine
All
Bigelow.
right, Sam, going to remove you here. We're going to bring back John. All right, we're going to get
The Rookster.
4 questions in the realm of Catherine Bigelow, Mark.
Yes, we are. Catherine Bigelow, famed director. All right, Ethan, you seem pretty confident in this category. I mean, you chose it for Spinner's Choice, so here we go. Your first question. 2017's Detroit depicts real-life riots which occurred during what decade?
The 60s.
I'm going to assume you meant the 1960s.
I
and
did
yes,
mean the
that is
1960s,
2
yes.
points.
Oh. I don't know. Should we challenge that, Tom? I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Could have been the
I hadn't thought of
1860s, the
That's true.
1760s. Mark should not be helping you answer the right
could-
question there.
Are you-
That seems a bit fishy, Christian. I don't know.
Are you doing an official challenge?
Illuminati.
I mean, he didn't say 1960s, and 1960s is the answer. Tom, what do you think?
I put in for a challenge. That's not clarified.
Okay.
The 60s could be
the
the
60s. That could be any
1360s.
decade.
We know
We've had
what it is,
19
but-
separate 60s. So
All right. Well,
I mean, yeah, fine. Great.
challenge is up there. Challenge is up there. We're going to confer with myself and PJ and Mark. We'll be right back.
I mean, a challenge is a challenge, I suppose. It's just trying to mess him up. I think they also said later on SCN Live that there actually was riots in the 1860s. So it's a very valid challenge. I just don't remember which way the challenge went necessarily. So hold on, let me just check how long this challenge goes. About 20 more seconds, I believe. Or 30 seconds, I don't know. But to the best of my memory, I think John lost that challenge. That's what I remember they were saying on SCN Live. But who knows? Maybe I'm just misremembering it. So far, I'm satisfied with my 6 correct questions. I mean, I got better than last match, where I only got 5, so this is definitely an improvement. And
All right, and we are coming back here, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially made our decision here. Mark?
We have ruled that Rocha's out of the game. He's done. No, what we're ruling is as follows. Ethan responded with the answer of the 60s, and then me, the host, wanting to, move the game along, assumed it was the 1960s. Probably should have asked him for a clarification. I didn't, even though I think we all understood what Ethan was trying to say. Officially, he did not say the correct answer, and I gave it to him. So the only fair ruling is for John Rocha to retain his use of a challenge, and we will ask Ethan a new first question in the world of Catherine.
No. That's ridiculous. That's
how it always. By the way, that's how it always goes.
You assisted him in answering that question. There were riots in the 1860s as well. It's not our job to. It's not your job to infer our answers. Or Hetty Headley would have counted. So this is ridiculous. Or Alba. Come on, like the 1960s is the correct answer. He said 60s. Come on.
You can chalk it up to an answer error, or you can chalk it up to whatever you want. You keep your challenge, and Ethan gets a new question. You can call it my fault if you want.
If Sam was on the other side, he'd be losing his mind. But because it's this player, he's not doing that. But all right, let's keep going.
All right. Going to remove both Sam and Bobby Finstock here. So we start with a new question. This is question number 1.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Question number 1 in the world of Catherine Bigelow, Ethan. Zero Dark 30 follows the real-life mission to kill whom?
The Osama bin Laden.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right. There's question number 2.
In May 2011. There you go.
All right. Question number 2.
Ethan, in the world of Catherine Bigelow, which 4-time Oscar-nominated actor stars as a member of a motorcycle gang in Catherine Bigelow's 1981 directorial debut, The Loveless?
Willem Dafoe.
2 more points for Ethan, Christian. He knows this director well.
All right, question number 3.
Ethan, your penultimate question for Catherine Bigelow movies. What is the military rank of Jeremy Renner's character in The Hurt Locker?
Sergeant.
That is correct for 2 more points.
All right. Here is the final question here. Here you go.
All right, Ethan, you are sporting a perfect round so far, 6 points. And that puts you 6 points ahead of your competitor, John the Outlaw Rocha. To pad that by 2 more points. After appearing in Aliens, which actor played Jesse Hooker, the leader of a clan of vampires in 1987's Near Dark?
Lance Henriksen.
The great Lance Henriksen. And Christian, that's a perfect round 2 for Ethan.
All right, so we set ourselves 15-7. 15-7. Ethan Erwin having a perfect round there in round number 2. All right, we're going to remove Ethan. We're going to bring back Gucci here. You got 60 seconds to talk to John. Bobby, starting now.
Shake it off.
Oh yeah, we're done with it. Let's move on. Let's spin now. Nothing we can do about it now.
Spin and see what we
It's
get.
not like
here.
it hasn't happened
If it goes
before.
perfect, we can go perfect as well.
Let's
I'm
see.
not too
Let's see.
worried about it.
All right, so you ready for the wheel?
Yeah.
All right, ready for the first spin? Here it is.
This could be horror movies.
We'll spin
Horror.
again.
60
Spin again.
seconds. All right, not going to use the 60 seconds.
Nope,
All right, here's
spin
the
again.
spin. Here's the spin.
Yeah, Chris,
Get
I
away
think the
from
only thing
horror.
really working out there would be opponent's choice. Everything else, Outlaw feels pretty confident in.
90s.
Oof. All right.
All right, let's get
Christian,
it.
can you clarify, is this the 1990s?
It is the 1990s. 1990s, not the 80s. 1990s. All right, so we're going to remove both of them.
I'm gonna drive to your house right now. You keep going. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna take a time out in the middle of this round. Drive to your house.
All right. So here is the category of the 1690s. Here we go.
I was
All
there.
right.
It's a good decade.
All right, here we go. John, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here it is. Frank Darabont directed Tom Hanks in which 1999 drama?
99?
Five, 4, 3.
The Green Mile.
Correct for 2 points.
Wow.
All right.
Fellas,
Next.
let's just make sure we can see those hands. Both of y'all the whole time,
Oh,
both hands.
sorry,
On
sorry.
camera, please.
Yes, please.
Thank
I haven't
All
pulled it, but below the camera. Sorry.
Question 2. Who plays the lead and title character of the 1993 dramedy Dave?
Who plays the lead? Kevin Kline.
That is correct. Question 3. In which 1995 film finds human civilization having been relegated to living on ramshackle floating communities known as atolls?
Waterworld.
Waterworld, yeah.
Correct. Last question here.
For a
Last-
perfect round and to
I
tie
think I
Ethan.
should get a point for this.
Jean-Claude Van Damme plays twin brothers in which 1991 film?
Oh God.
You want some cookies?
Double Impact.
That's correct for 2 points. All right, so it is a double
That's it so far.
15-15, double perfect round for the both of them. Unbelievable here. As
We said this was going to happen.
It is a double perfect round. The 90s was for Rocha, what Catherine Bigelow was for Ethan Erwin. And now we get to round number 3. Unbelievable stuff here, Mark. The rules, please.
It's like a matchup between Chad and Alex, the two characters in Double Impact. Christian. And in round number 3, this is the round that will determine the match, lest it probably will, go to sudden death overtime. In round number 3, we need 3 numbers from each competitor. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same numbers as your opponent. Once you settle on your lucky numbers, that's going to correspond to a movie trivia Schmoedown category full of tough questions. Your first query is worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your last one, I think we will make it that far, is worth 5 of the biggest points of your career. Chris, who's picking their numbers first?
Well, John Rocha is the higher ranked at the moment. So, John?
9, 15, and 16.
9, 15, 16 for John. 9, 15, and 16 for John. And for Ethan?
I'll do 17, 1, and 7.
17, 1, and 7 for Ethan. Okay, because John will go second, then Gucci, you would talk to John for 60 seconds here starting now.
John.
What's up, brother?
Cool, calm, and collective. FinStack Exchange way.
Yep.
Let's put them away. Let's go home.
Let's have some fun.
I think we're looking for collected, but that's fine.
Keep it down. You don't talk to my manager like that.
He has to have a sign to tell him what his name is behind him. I get it.
Who's the one with a character? Who's the one with a little play doll of himself behind him? Keep it down over there.
There it is. All right, there's some heat already started. Sam, you have.
I mean, at least have a poster for God's sake.
You have 60 collective. You have 60 collective seconds to talk here.
Me and Tom.
Sam.
What do you mean? Sam and Ethan.
Hey, Ethan. Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm great. That went exactly like I thought it was going to go, even with the added little hiccup. It is funny that it does actually say 90s on the slice. So
on the wheel, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't.
It would have just like 10 points.
That's what we call cheaters proof.
Yeah. I feel really good about it. I'm stoked.
You
about
should
this.
feel great. John has a history of missing his 5-pointers, so no pressure on him for that.
Very funny.
But,
all right. Is that everything? Okay.
I'll see
I think
you on the
we're
other
good.
side.
I mean, what else can I say?
All right. Drop out the managers, as there's definitely shots being thrown here in the third round. All right. So we start with Ethan Erwin. Mark, would you do the honors there with Ethan?
Happy to, Christian. Ethan, for your 2-point question, you selected what number?
17.
17. And Doug Williams' number corresponds to animated movies.
He doesn't like
movies
that.
Drawn by computer on it. And your question for 2 points and for a 2-point lead. What Disney animated film follows a dangerous alien originally called Experiment 626 who forms a bond with a young girl on Earth?
Lilo and Stitch, one of my favorites.
Christian, Ethan Erwin has a 2-point lead.
All right, so now John Rocha, Rocha chose category number 9, and that's thriller. John, you chose thriller for number 9. Thriller, here it is. All right.
Thriller.
Okay. Who plays Kevin Wendell Crumb in 2017's Split?
James McAvoy.
5, 4, 3, 2.
James McAvoy.
Yes, for 2 more points. John Rocha ties it up, throws it back to Ethan now. Ethan needs to hit his 3-pointer. Category 1, Mark. Category 1.
Yes, he did, Christian. He went with number 1. And Ethan, I'm not sure how you feel about your knowledge in the realm of dance movies.
We'll find out together.
It'll be fun. Your question for 3 points, and once again, for the lead in the world of dance. Which actress famously danced with Fred Astaire in the classic movies Top Hat, Swing Time, and Shall We Dance?
Ginger Rogers.
For 3 more points. Ethan
right.
ties it up. 2017 for Ethan. And now we get to John Rocha, who has to hit his 3-pointer, which is category number 15. John, back to 90s movies. 90s movies for John Rocha. 1990s 3-pointer. Here it is. All right. Which 1995 film stars Antonio Banderas with Selma Hayek?
Desperado.
For 3 more points. and we find ourselves tied up here.
But that's a different
20,
year.
2020 as
2020,
to
terrible
the
year.
5-pointer.
This is already more than you got last time we played. So great work.
The 5-pointer, Mark, the 5-pointer here is Ethan Erwin, and he has category number 7.
Yes, he does, Christian. Category number 7, Ethan. And that is Joe Theismann's number, and it also is the number of Disney movies.
Let's do it.
We shall indeed, in the world of Disney. In what animated Disney film from the 2000s will you find the line, "For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline"?
Huh?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
First one.
Hope we do that. It's the world of Disney, and your question for 5 points and a 5-point lead. In what animated Disney film from the 2000s will you find the line, "For the last time, we did not order a trampoline"? Order a giant trampoline is the line.
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat.
Second one.
Yeah. Categories Disney. In what animated Disney film from the 2000s will you find the line, "For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline"?
Five,
The Princess
4,
and the Frog.
3.
Repeat.
Last one.
Categories Disney. In what animated Disney film from the 2000s will you find the line, "For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline"?
I'm going to say the one that got me in trouble last time, Meet the Robinsons.
It's incorrect. Looking for the Emperor's New Groove.
All right, so this is where we stand. John Rocha gets a 5-pointer. If he gets it, he wins it. He plays Dan Merle for the championship in 2 weeks. However, if he misses it, we go to sudden death. John, you chose category number 16. That is the realm of fantasy sci-fi.
Oh, boy.
Fantasy sci-fi. All right. Here you go. In Men in Black, after chasing down a perceived criminal, Will Smith exclaims that NYPD stands for what?
I will knock your punk ass down!
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
First one. All right, here it is. In Men in Black, after chasing down a perceived criminal, Will Smith exclaims that NYPD stands for what?
I will knock your punk ass down! I love that movie. I should rewatch The Emperor's New Groove. Maybe tomorrow. I
5,
don't know.
4,
Or the weekend.
3,
I don't know.
2, 1. Nothing.
Repeat.
No, you lost. So it was knock your punk ass down. We're going to sudden death.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get it anyway.
We're going to sudden death, ladies and gentlemen. Sudden death, Mark. So let us bring back.
Well, that's exciting.
Let us bring back
sudden death
here. And we are going to get into sudden death. Mark, how does it go?
For everyone keeping score at home, that's 2 Van Damme movie references now. In sudden death, it's going to work a lot like round number 1, except obviously the stakes are much higher. A question will be asked to the field. Both Ethan and John, once they hear the question, are going to have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in sudden death. Now, why is it called the sudden death? Simple. If you both get the question right, we move on and ask another question under the same rules. If you both miss the question, We move on, ask another question under the same rules. If one of you gets the question correct and the other one misses, the correct answer is the winner of the match.
All right, and with that, remember it resets. You both have one challenge. You both have one repeat. That's it. You don't need any past things. So Ethan, you reset. You have one more.
Great.
Repeat. And same thing, John. You have one repeat. Same thing we're going to do here. So, Sam, you got 60 seconds to talk to Ethan starting now.
Dude, that was amazing that you got 3 categories that for most players are game stoppers, and you crushed those first 2. That last one was impossible. So don't lose any sleep over that. Yeah, man, you got this. You were built for sudden death. You were built for Iron Man matches. So you got this. I have all the confidence in you. You played a hell of a game, man. Let's close it out.
Thank you.
All right. And now, Gucci, 60 seconds starting now.
Look, some people's elixir can be some people's poison.
Sun Tzu.
Let's make it poison here.
Let's do it.
All right. So we are going to start. Thank you, guys. We're going to drop you out here. And let's drop out Gucci. Let's drop out Cam. All right. Gentlemen, are you ready? Ethan, John, are you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Ethan, are you ready?
Continue to always be closing.
All right, here we go. Question number 1.
Yeah.
Who starred in the title role in Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus?
They're squeaking, Christian, but it means a little bit more in this round.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. John Rocha?
Kirk Douglas.
Yes. Ethan?
Kirk Douglas.
That is correct. All right. Mark, you want me to handle this? You got it.
I got it if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm loaded with a question if you like. Gentlemen, your next query. In sudden death, you have 15 seconds for the answer. What 2009 film featured the film debut of Chris Hemsworth?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat.
2. Who's that? Ethan, repeat. Go ahead.
It's me.
Oh, Rocha, repeat. Okay.
That is insulting.
Yeah.
One GT.
Right, here we go. Let's go. John,
what 2009 film featured the film debut of Chris Hemsworth?
that was John's
That
one
is
and
a bit
only.
insulting, I gotta admit.
That goes
And-
along with the challenge.
Correct. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Ethan
Star Trek.
and John.
Star Trek.
Both correct. All right. Next question. Here we go, everybody. Here's our next question. All right. Who directed 1982's Tootsie?
I can feel that tension, Christian.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up. Pens down, hands up. And we start with John.
No, I wrote it, but I don't know if you can make it out. It just came at the last minute. Sydney
James
Pollack.
Fonda.
I don't know if you can make it out.
I mean, I can't see it. You got to put it right up to the thing there.
That was Pollock. I was trying to write Pollock at the bottom there, and Sydney at the top.
I can't give you that one.
Okay.
And
All right.
Ethan.
Sydney Pollack.
Yep.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, big time Ethan Erwin. Ethan Erwin pulls it off. Wow, what a way to do it. John pulls it at the last second, just couldn't write it down.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Going to remove Gucci and Rocha there. Wow, what a scrap that was.
It's a real squeaker. Real squeaker.
Sam, you've got to be stressed beyond belief there. Ethan going for the championship. Pretty nuts. It's shades of Jane Fonda all over again.
Oh man, stressed isn't the word. I have not looked at the live chat, but I can only imagine people are saying what I've been thinking. Holy crap, those were some unbalanced levels of difficulty in those questions. So I am thrilled that Ethan pulled it out in spite of that imbalance.
I can't.
And that just shows what a strong player he is.
I'm
I
challenging
am so
you.
proud of this man.
I'm going to challenge.
I am so proud of this man.
Born in the 80s. Not everything you know is what everyone else knows.
Wow.
Stop it.
Wow.
Here,
Stop
you know
it.
Ethan, your manager is notorious for complaining about everything, but nonetheless, you pick up 2 points here, and it's a big 2 points as you make it to the title match against Dan Murrell. It is the third match. As Sam mentioned before, it is the rubber match. It is the big time, if you will, match that you lost your championship for. I know how bad you wanted to get it back, and now you're one of the elite players who have 10 wins in this league. You get to face Dan. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. I mean, first I will say I love playing against Rocha. He's awesome. To play against a legend like that and just an overall really good guy. It was a lot of fun. You know, I feel bad that it kind of ended the way it did on a technicality, but I'll take it 100%. And in terms of, but look, he played awesomely. And in terms of Dan, I'm just excited to get back in the thing with him, man. I mean, like, you know, my first time against him, I TKO'd him. The next time, it was right down to the wire. And I think I've learned a lot since then. And I've spent some time with him, and you know, my Meredith and I, and he and Mara, and we've, you know, I've gotten to know him. I think he's a great guy. So I'm excited to play against him, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of which, before we bring in John and Mr. Gooch, the champion has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Dangerous Dan Murrell, the
hi there.
trivia champion of
thank you.
world. Dan, you just sat there. It's got to be a little bit of emotions have to be raging. How are you feeling right now watching that match?
I am. You may be Hotep, Christian, but I am very proud of my teammate, of John Rocha. I am predicting controversy. I will predict that right now. Watching at home, watching here on one of the questions, I think there's going to be some controversy, and not about that challenge, but the game is the game, and challenges are challenges, and there was none issued during gameplay, so that's for the backstage folks and everyone else to sort out. It was a well played game. I mean, my God, you can't ask for a better game than that.
It was a great
game for any on any occasion, but especially for a number one contenders match. And I am so proud when that Chris Hemsworth question came up, because Ethan, I know you were a big Star Trek guy, so I was like, well, Ethan obviously knows this. For John to pull that answer and to go to another round of overtime. I was just so proud of everything that he did. And for the record, I agree with the challenge. I think that you gotta, it's by the new Ben Bateman strategy, you gotta scrap for every inch in the game. So I agree with the challenge. And but there's gonna be a question. I think that there's gonna be a little controversy on. We'll see if people sort it out.
I'm so curious to find out what that is, but we'll talk later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, Dan, before because I mean, obviously, I want you guys to talk about it. But Ethan, when you came back in 2018 to your own, you said this many times, you were a little off to find out the strategy and the understanding of the new game. One of those roadblocks that you ran into in your 2018 season was Ethan Erwin. He had knocked you out in the tournament, and then you came back, had a perfect game, and took the title away from him. This is the rubber match. This is the third one. Is this, knowing you as a player, is this something that you want? Because now you have a chance to take a point ahead of him and go 2-1. Nothing? You not hear me?
I heard you.
Dan can hear me.
Were you asking Ethan or me? Because I think it cut.
I thought he addressed you.
I was asking you, Dan.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen, I apologize. I'm so lost in that game. My head is still swimming. With many apologies. Regarding Ethan, listen, as Sam mentioned, it's a rubber match. So my first game against Ethan I didn't fare too well. Obviously, with the championship match. I mean, listen, Ethan is a great opponent. As far as a championship match against Ethan, I've been there, done that. I literally have the T-shirt. So, but it took perfection. It took perfection for me to beat Ethan for the championship the first time, and I'm expecting nothing different for a rematch.
Ethan, before we let both you and Dan go, anything to say to Dan going into your big match? Was only, I think, like 2 weeks away right now.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not going to move from this spot. I want to be studying for the entire 2 weeks until that time. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to play against you again, man.
All right. Well, Ethan and Sam, stick around, please, because we're going to bring you for a Q&A for the Sam, did you want to say something?
Right, but before we go, I don't want you to. I can't have you cutting me off be the last thing I say. So people think I'm some sort of jerk. I, of course, also want to commend John Rocha on playing a terrific game today. And congratulations to the Finstock Exchange. They are an unstoppable force, and Rocha certainly proved that he is championship material. And of course, I'm going to be defensive of my guy. That's what a manager is supposed to do. But hats off to John Rocha, pushing anyone to go to sudden death, multiple questions into sudden death, and then losing that last one on a Jane Fonda level, came to you just too late. That's a terrible way to lose, and so truly, I have mad respect for John Rocha. I know you know that. I hope John knows that. And again, I'm very proud of my boy Ethan, and the suspects are proud to have you. There you go. That's.
I think it was more of a David O. Russell level, if I may. I've been. That's the other thing is I've been where John was as far as I got the answer. It was too late. I scribbled it down and didn't get the point. John and I seem to be afflicted with this, so we're going to work on making sure that doesn't happen again.
Thank you to Dangerous Dan Merle. Thank you to Ethan Erwin, and thank you to Billy Martin. We'll bring you guys back in just a moment.
Thanks, everybody.
Hold on 1 second for Sam and Ethan. Dan, pleasure to see you, my friend. And again, not only do you have this match with Ethan now coming up, John Rocha is in the tournament. Now, your fate of whether or not you're going to be in the tournament goes against this Ethan Erwin match. Yeah. Should you win, you keep the title and you wait for the winner of that tournament. Should you lose, you have chosen to enter the tournament. So how are you feeling? You haven't played in a little bit. Are you hungry to get back in there?
I mean, I'm definitely hungry to get back in there. It's been 5 months, almost exactly to the day, since I played Ben in Atlanta. And, I mean, thank goodness we were able to get that match in, because we didn't know that at the time, but pretty close to the wire. Obviously, a few things have happened since then as far as what I'm doing and my career and my life. But I am very hungry to get back into the game. Obviously, knowing that I would be playing either John or Ethan, I knew that I would have a tough opponent. Cards on the table, I honestly would have preferred that it was John, because it takes that extra weight off my shoulders as far as the faction goes. Because then whoever wins, we're fine. We've got corruption obviously breathing down our necks. Now, John and I, in I think 3 weeks' time or something like that, if we take care of business, we can get ourselves some more breathing room. But I would have liked for that to have been another interfactional rivalry for those reasons. But yeah, I mean, listen, that game that I played against Ethan in New York was one of my favorite games, period. Not just because I won, but just as far as back and forth of it. I'm excited for the new format, the new speed round format. Obviously, my reflexes are not wonderful. If you've ever seen me play video games, you know that. That's why I'm not on Twitch. So I'm ready to get back in the ring. The game has changed, and I'm excited to play the game in a new and a different way. And it's just going to be fun to get back in there. I was playing along with this one, and I did all right. So obviously, I got a couple weeks. I got Gucci in my corner, and we're going to get me where I need to be to play this game in 2 weeks.
He is the movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Merle, and he will be defending his championship against Ethan Big Time Erwin for the third time. Dan, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. See you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, seeing him in 2 weeks. Now bringing back, obviously, pretty crushed here in a hell of a match. You got Bobby Finstock and the Outlaw, John Rocha. John, this was, as everyone said, as Sam said it, as Dan said it, nothing to hang your head about here. What a battle it was. Sudden death, 3 questions into it. How you feeling right now, champ?
I don't know what you want to say, man. It was a tough match. I fought my ass off all the way to the end, and I'm sorry to the kids for saying that, but you know how I play, man. I play with everything I got. I put it all on the line. I put it all there. I studied harder for this match than and I know I say that before, and maybe the Reddit will go crazy. Here's Rocha saying the same crap again. But I studied harder for this match than I've studied for any other match. And I've said it before a million times. Clearly, I should study some Men in Black in the future. But Craig, I want to give a shout out to the Barbarian. The Barbarian really got me prepared for this. The other members of the Finstock Exchange stepped up and played me in mock matches all week. I beat them all. And I felt really confident going into this match. I felt very relaxed. Had a couple things go against me. I will still, once again, the old stuff rears its ugly head, and I wonder how much more of my heart can take it. Once again, a questionable judgment by Mark Ellis in this situation. Once again, writing down the answer, saying it first, so I'm not cheating. And Pollock was legible, but unfortunately I couldn't get Sydney written because I was nervously trying to write so fast. So, and I feel like I let my Outlaw Nation down, to be honest with you. I really wanted to win it for us to go up against Dan and have ourselves a fun match toe-to-toe and have the possibility to beat Dan again. But what sucks is, once again, I'm going to hear all the crap from Sam, who got all his shots in like he did. I'm going to hear the crap that I can't beat Ethan, and even though it was right there on my plate. If you take away that 2 points from in the second round, I win. Those are the things you have to look at, and it's unfortunate, but that's the game. And, I feel absolutely crushed, just crushed. And I think, Christian, to be honest with you, I might have to have a conversation with my manager and wonder if I just step aside and let Sabrina take my slot anyway. I don't know.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you next, because you do have a spot in the tournament right now, should you want it. Like the road to the title, it's not over, it's just longer. So that's interesting of what you just said there. Gooch, let me start with you. We all seen big time performers, if a loss in the moment gets to them. But is Rocha going to be in the tournament? Is Sabrina going to be in? Is this something you guys need to figure out sooner than later?
Look, I see the world in terms of what I want to see happen, okay? Not what usually does. But what usually does is what I see happening anyway. Today, that didn't happen. Now, unfortunately, I agree with Outlaw. There was some, little couple of things there that might, went a certain sort of way. I mean, look, John is a very emotional character. He played a great, fantastic game. Tough question. Ethan got a tough 5-pointer. He got a tough 5-pointer. He'd probably kick himself off the Boris Karloff one as well. I thought, that was something that could have changed the game. Look, I don't know what the controversy Dan is talking about. Obviously, we'll get to the bottom of it as well. Look, either way, if he wants to play in a tournament, it's his. That's just the way it is. If he wants to step aside and let Sabrina play, that's something to think about as well. We're not going to sit here and make rash decisions after a very emotional loss. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, John, while this may not be the voice you want to hear right now, I know a lot of fans...
I always forgive you. Go ahead.
Anticipating some sort of back and forth between you and I, but I'll be honest. I agree with you. I can sympathize. While I can't empathize because I've never been in the exact situation you're in, hearing me announce the decision that the judges all agreed upon has to be tough for you, in the same way that you're in a position where you put yourself on the line to compete at movie trivia. I put myself on the line having stepped up in the role of delivering the judge's decision. But regardless of that, what I'll tell you is that you have done what I don't think any other Schmoedown player has ever done, in that you have become more than just a competitor. You become a symbol. We've seen the documentary. It was so well done. We've seen your career, and you've become a symbol for what hope, redemption, someone falling and then rising from the ashes has become. So my question to you is simple. The next week, you take some time, you decompress. Do you get away from movie trivia, or do you invest yourself right back into it and start thinking and studying and grinding again for what we all inevitably know will be another John Rocha match?
It's a valid question. And if Brandon Hanna doesn't stop, I'm going to drive to his house and pull his heart out of his chest, because I don't play those games. So maybe calm it down, kid, because this ain't a character I'm playing, son. So calm it down in that chat. Second of all, because I can see your knees now, I can see your balls turning to liquid right now, little boy. Second of all, I don't walk away from my partner, and that's Dan Murrell, the greatest that ever did it. We have a match coming up with Corruption. And I'll tell you, like right now, and I saw Shannon Barney getting her shots in the chat. Shannon, you should be so scared for what we're going to do to those kids. As mad as I am right now, I'm going to channel that into anger and study even harder so that Dan and I absolutely stomp all over those two little boys. And I can't wait. And the thing is, what I discovered in studying with Craig is there's a whole new path to walk, to study, to become an even stronger player. And you said it yourself. Sometimes the good ones have to take the step back or get knocked down, in these attempts to come back to the top. And maybe with a little bit of time away from it, I'll put it all back together and make a decision about this tournament. But yeah, I don't want to see a movie trivia question right now. I want to spend the weekend with my girlfriend and the love of my life. Watch Little Umbrella Academy season 2. Have a little food. I have a nice brownie cheesecake waiting for me. I can't wait to shove it into my mouth, and then I'll make some decisions. But I want to say a big thank you to the Finstock Exchange. I want to say a big thank you to Tom and to the other two gentlemen who helped me out to get ready for this match. Thank you madly. Thank you madly. And thank you both for Mark and Christian for letting me do what I do in this arena, because I love it. And I'm trying, I love it. And losing sucks. Losing hurts. And maybe no one takes it harder than I do. But like Mark said, I do find a way to come back. The thing is, Mark, I don't know how many more I got left in me, to be honest with you. They take so much out of me every single time that I don't know how much I got left in me, man, to give to the game. And it may be time. If things fall apart for me the rest of the year, then it may be time to run off into the sunset and tell everybody thank you for letting me entertain them for as long as I have, and thank you for giving me a platform, Christian and Mark, for doing so. I love it.
Well, look,
I'll say this. I will say this, and I'll say this on camera in front of everybody, including Christian Harloff, my partner in crime. As much as you probably have gotten out of the movie trivia Schmoedown, sir, as much as it may have boosted your career, gotten your social media numbers up, the Schmoedown has gotten a lot more because you have been and continue to be a part of it, and for that, we're endlessly grateful.
100%. And John, like I said, we know you're gonna. We'll find out whether it's in your tournament. We know, like you said, you have your big team's title defense against Corruption, so we're gonna see you in that regardless. The season is still a chugging along, as Mark Ellis says. But John, I echo what Mark says. You have been a staple of this league. You still are a staple of this league. Not only are you a friend, you are someone who has helped build this league tremendously. Take the time, enjoy that cheesecake. And we'll see you. We'll see you really, really soon. And again, great match.
Thank you, Outlaw Nation. Much love. Thank you for being behind me.
All right, we're gonna drop out both.
Thank you, guys.
John and Gooch. All right, so if Gucci and Rocha could drop out, we're gonna bring back Ethan and Sam. And now we open it up to you guys, the $10 patrons, to come on in, and you'll be able to ask questions to Mr. Ethan Erwin. Before we do that, let everybody know the standings as they are. The Usual Suspects gets themselves out of that hole, and now it is a three-way dance for the last spot, which is now spot number 7, as it is the Burning Droogs, the Usual Suspects, the Quirky Mercs, all with 9 points. So that was a big, big match for the Usual Suspects as Ethan Erwin takes the win. All right, so Ethan, Sam, we have some questions here. We're going to have some of the patrons are coming in. We get great if we could drop out anybody who's if I don't know if John's still in here. If we drop John and anybody else, and we will start bringing in some more patrons. All right,
it'll be a lot of fun to get these questions.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right here. It was a very, very emotional moment for Rocha, and you can really feel it. I definitely felt the raw emotions coming from this man, and yeah, it'll be sad to me if Rocha does actually decide to step down, but he's got to make his own choices, and we all gotta respect whatever choices he does make. This is my final score. As I mentioned, I did, in fact, make it to double digit, and I'm so proud of myself, especially with some of the questions that I got right. I don't know how I got them. I guess I just remember these from years and years and years and years of watching movie talk. I mean, I got questions right about movies I haven't even seen. Like Waterworld, for example, or Concussion. So, yeah. I'm very proud of myself. I'm kicking myself in the face for that Emperor's New Groove after the match. While they were doing all the post-show talking, I actually found it in my head. I remember the moment. I remember when they said that they didn't order the trampoline. I remember it was Yzma in the throne room after throwing Cusco out, and I just gotta watch that movie again at some point. As far as Disney goes, the 2000s is always a bit of a blind spot for me, especially the second half of the 2000s. That's when Disney didn't, let's be honest, they didn't really do a lot of good movies in that time period. So, but I loved The Emperor's New Groove. That's the only question in this entire match that I'm really kicking myself for not knowing. The Aman Hotep, I mean, I never would have gotten that. I'm proud of myself for pulling out Bela Lugosi at the last second, but I knew, as I was writing it, I knew Bela Lugosi was Dracula, and that it's basically the only one out of the classic Universal monsters that I actually knew. And as far as when I wrote Roadhouse, I was thinking about Animal House, just like Ethan. It's just, I remembered something with house in it. I just wrote Roadhouse, I don't know why, but when Ethan said Animal House, I remembered that was the answer that I wanted to write, but it ultimately didn't matter because it was the wrong question anyway, so who cares? Anyways, yeah, very, very great match. It's unfortunate for me that it was spoiled to me. That's a big problem with the pay-per-view matches. I just, first of all, I couldn't watch it at the time that it aired because of all the craziness that happened to me with Sandy. And, well, here's hoping that I won't get spoiled in the next match. So, until next time, I'll see you in the next Schmoedown match. Outlaw Nation! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.